There is a constant threat to peace in Jammu and Kashmir. The gruesome killings of 40 security personnel by terrorists in Pulwama on 14th February calls for honest introspection by political establishment, security forces and the government of India. Violence with the help of criminals from across the border who masquerade as fighters for freedom of Kashmir also needs introspection by people of Kashmir. The local people have to judge, is violence helping the Kashmiri cause or alienating the Kashmiris from the rest of India? Kashmir has become one of the most militarized zones in India after the killing of 40 security personnel by terrorists at Pulwama. Militants have become more violent and dangerous with the help of local people. In 2018, more than 500 people, including civilians, terrorists, and security personnel, were killed in Kashmir Valley. The ban on Jamaat-e-Islami in Jammu and Kashmir and the sealing of houses of dozens of workers and leaders of the group by authorities at several locations across the Kashmir Valley is not going well with the local and political parties in Jammu and Kashmir. The recent skirmishes between India and Pakistan have brought a moment of reckoning for the two neighboring nuclear powers. Had Pakistan acted immediately against Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar, who is considered as the mastermind of Pulwama killings, India would not have conducted aerial strikes against Pakistan. The fundamental problem with Pakistan is that it had adopted morally abhorrent policy to bleed India using non-state actors. This policy is doomed to fail. No self-respecting nation can sit quiet in the face of repeated terror attacks. Pakistan itself has paid a very heavy price with more than 70,000 fatalities by its own war against homegrown terrorism. Pakistan should not prompt proxy war by promoting terrorist activities from across the border. Some areas in Kashmir have become hotbeds of militancy. In the first 2 months of 2019, more than 100 people have been killed, including more than 50 security personnel. It would be incorrect to blame only Pakistan for the unending violence and killings in Kashmir. It will also be heartless not to see and feel the suffering of Kashmiris. It's high time the government admits that the alienation of Kashmiris has mostly to do with the atrocities and human rights violations committed by Indian authorities in trying to deal with the Kashmir situation. Iron fist policy by security forces in dealing with civilians lead to alienation of people. New Delhi's lack of consistent policy and unwillingness to find a political solution to the Kashmir issue has created political vacuum. This void is filled by militants and terrorists from across the border. If you like our program, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our program from the Rajpath.